Hey everybody, this is Lindsay, and you are listening to the Double Chins Wagon podcast, the show where millennial moms share the absurdities of living life in rural America and struggling through the realities of being middle-ish class working moms and wives. No topics are off limits, and we are here for all people who no longer have the will to take life seriously. So hop on board the Giggle Wagon with hosts Lindsey, Rae, and Kayla as we explore some of the relatable yet hilarious crannies of everyday life that will leave you feeling like you deserve a gold star for all of the adulting you accomplished today. You look like a fancy old lady. I'm just going to say it. You kind of look like a librarian.
Oh, perfect.
It is perfect.
With my book earrings today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting...
Hi, Rico.
The itch. The little leg kicker.
The tiny little leg.
Just got back from a vacay. And you're coughing.
Because that's my life.
Do you have the Rona?
I do not. I actually tested yesterday. So my new nieces got home from Mexico a few days after us, and both of them, let me correct that, my nibblings, because I have a niece and a non-binary person.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So nibblings is apparently the proper term for nieces and nephews combined.
Oh.
That's a thing I recently learned.
And now the rest of us have too. Thank you.
You're welcome. So they got home a few days after us and both tested positive for COVID. So I've been tired, but I've also nonstop since we got home. Tuesday I have an election.
Worker.
I am a poll worker.
Right.
I'm actually the chairperson for our precinct.
Of course you are. You are you do all the things. You have all the fun. I really love elections. You're just extra in all the ways. Maybe we can take a nap as part of our plans.
Maybe if we just wait to go out till 11 really is a good time to go out. That'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That'll be perfectly fine.
Okay.
I'll make Liam open. I'll make Liam work all day. Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Fine. Yeah. It'll be fine. Mm-hmm. It'll be fine. And what the coming week will be. I like this time because I know that it means we're coming to an end of the summer. Because I'm trying to cram things in. Mm-hmm. And I really love the consistency of the school schedule.
Oh.
I love it so hard. It actually makes my life so much easier. But this fall it'll be a little different because then they're both in the high school now.
Wow.
So we'll have more places to drop them off at and stuff. But in theory, in November, Atticus will get his license and then he can fucking drive himself.
Because the high school is not within walking distance, even though your house and your business and most other things you need in life are within walking distance. Yeah. The school is out in the middle of a fucking field.
Just the high school.
I know.
The middle school and the elementary are both right in town.
That's good.
Yeah.
My pillow.
It's hot.
Yesterday was my half birthday.
Ooh.
And the only reason why that's a thing is because my real birthday sucked a little bit. The only reason why it didn't suck a lot of it is because Rae was a part of it.
I did show up.
She saved it from being a complete flop.
Doing my part. So that's why we're gonna celebrate again.
Yes. And we're gonna darty on the river.
We are.
And let's keep our fingers crossed that there are no casualties of electronic devices or people.
Yeah. River stories to follow. Yes.
Do you want to talk? You had a topic that was inspired by last week.
I do, yeah. So I do have a couple of notes. I did enjoy your geriatric millennial happy hour. It was very fun. I'm sorry that I missed last week. We were in Mexico. My sister-in-law was getting married. Um, it was very hot. There's a lot of sand on the beaches there, which is not my favorite. Overall, though, we
Ew.
did have a good time.
Did you get sand in your vagina?
I did not because I avoided sand so fucking hard. I hate sand, guys. There's nothing about sand that I like.
It sticks to you. It's dirty. It's
Yeah,
just
exactly. Yeah, no, thank you. I couple quick notes about vacation. I'm sure these things will come up again, but in case they don't, I still get car sick.
mm.
um, I learned a new thing about myself, which is that I also get motion sickness while actively swimming in the ocean. We went we went snorkeling, and that didn't go great for me. I threw up in the ocean while I was trying to snorkel. Let me clarify, guys.
Ew.
Okay, so goggles, like the goggles over your nose and your eyes, and
Yep.
then the snorkel thing that's in your mouth, right? Okay. And life jackets. We're in the ocean, so we're floating anyways, but whatever, safety rules. Um, so we're all in life jackets, and I put my face down, and I'm snorkeling, checking stuff out, and it's kind of wavy. Like it's a little windy out. It's not choppy, but like there's a
Mm-hmm.
steady wave to it. And so I could like sense myself getting like I know I get motion sickness. That's I've dealt with it my whole life. Never gotten motion sickness while swimming before, but apparently I've gone up a level in life. um so I like roll over to my back, so I'm like floating on my back, and I have my goggles off, and my little snorkel thing is just like not on my face, and I was trying to just like breathe through it, legitimately working at not throwing up, not because I didn't not want to. I know it's such a problem for you, Lindsay.
It's fine.
Not for like not because I don't like to throw. I mean, no one likes to throw up, but more so like I was in the ocean in a group of people. I'm like, if I
Right.
throw up, A, all of these people are going to see me, and B, we're all just swimming here.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this may not be cool for anybody. And so I'm trying to like get myself through it, and nope, didn't. So then I threw up, and there's a lady who was like at maybe an arm length away from me, and she sees it. She's like, and then she's like waving over to our guide, who also turns around and sees it. He's like, "Are you okay, miss? Just, are you okay?" And I was done by then, and I was like, "I don't know. Just kill me now." I was so embarrassed. But that's it. Those are the only two people that saw me, because I talked my daughter, my niece, my husband were all on this trip with us. None of them had any clue, and they were like right
Really?
behind me. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I learned that about myself. I
Well,
still don't like sand. But fun story though. My sister-in-law. I was telling my sister-in-law this afterwards, and she was telling me she made a comment about Eddie Izzard. If I Eddie Izzard or some Izzarded or whatever, like so. I just kind of laughed it off because like I know who Eddie Izzard is, and I was like maybe I just missed some story or whatever. So then my brother-in-law is like, let me just tell you this because you look like you look a little confused. It's like, cool, thanks. Apparently, Eddie Izzard also gets motion sickness when swimming in the ocean, and they do triathlons and have had to do ocean swims where they got sick while they were trying to swim, part of a triathlon, and then still fucking finished it like a goddamn champion. So I'm not alone.
yeah, but I also will never be that good at life.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, let's not be ridiculous, okay?
My son has been watching some of the receiver NFL documentaries, and we're watching someone who like popped his hamstring, and obviously that's like very uncomfortable situation, and eventually like ends up playing again in the season. And I'm like just standing there watching this happen and thinking, oh, it's the life of an athlete, like how devastating an injury can be. And then I remembered that, like, not a couple hours before, I was just walking down the sidewalk and I almost twisted my ankle twice on nothing. And I felt connected to him in that moment. So,
excellent work, buddy. Yeah. So we're so cool. I mean, you're talking to a woman who like broke her leg dancing, okay? Not like competitive dancing, like drug dancing in a bar.
Life is dangerous, folks.
It really is. 1 star, barely recommend.
Especially if you want to snorkel and not throw up.
Yeah, for real.
I was actually thinking when you first started talking about this, how there's so many things that could have gone wrong and been gross. What if you still had your mask on and like, oh my God. Or what if it was
That's
like
so gross.
I know. I'm sorry. Because you lived it and you're probably like you're not loving this. What about would have attracted sharks or something?
Yeah, it was chumming the water. Fine.
I'm glad no one died from a shark attack.
Too.
Yeah. Okay.
For the record, when I got back in the boat, totally fine.
Oh, I bet. You know why?
Because I already threw up.
Well, no, and because you were in some gradual waves, but you could see the movement of your body on the horizon. When you're looking down into the water and you don't notice that you're moving, like that's what created that motion sickness.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it was awful.
Ugh.
It was not fun. I did not love it. I mean, I did see some really pretty fish, but...
Oh, that's cool. Fuck fish. Like, that doesn't sound worth it.
But I did... Okay, so I started this, how we got on this story. I listened to last week because I couldn't be a part of it. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't like the sound of my voice. Lindsay and I have talked about this 1,000 times. I don't like listening to the podcast because I don't like listening to my own voice. I also, for having done a million TV interviews and radio interviews, I also don't like listening to myself there either, just so you guys know. Which is why Lindsay does our editing and I don't have to listen to this again after we record it. Because the sound of my own voice agitates me. So, but I was listening to the one that I wasn't on, and so I made myself some notes about things to follow up on. One of them, most importantly, Chris, I'm sorry that Lindsay didn't give you the name of her crush. I'm going to be polite about it. Tony Stewart. And if you had listened to our podcast before, then you would already know that, bro.
Ooh.
I'm going to call you out.
He did try to catch up, but you know what? He is a geriatric millennial and couldn't figure out how to get the full episodes. And so he was also reluctant to listen to them on Spotify because I think he has a thing against Spotify, and that must be a thing with musicians maybe. Okay. Which I didn't ask him about, but maybe he can elaborate on. But yeah, he was using iHeartRadio, and I'm like, who even uses that? Maybe people do, but now, for the record, if anyone's wondering, we are now available on Apple Podcasts and Amazon. Ooh. So any of the places that you
listening desires.
Yes, we are there. Nice. In your ear holes.
All the ear holes. The other note that I made to myself is about weed. I think that that's so cute that makes you think of your dad. That doesn't surprise me, and maybe I knew that. I mean, I probably knew that, but yeah, that it made me happy, and then it made me think of another story about weed with you, Lindsay, and how my friend Lucas and we named a mystery strain of weed that Lindsay's mom grew. And I want to tell you guys about this because it's so stupid and it's so funny. So my friend Lucas, he's my stoner buddy. We have our little safety meetings together. Let me explain that. A safety meeting is code for when you want to go outside and get high with your bud. Okay? You ask, how safe are you feeling? And then you answer accordingly, like, I'm so safe. I am on cloud 9 in my fucking rocket ship. Or, I am not safe at all. We need to remedy this. Let's get safe.
I want to feel more safe.
And it's not like this is some secret code, okay? Everyone we hang out with, everybody in the world probably is like, those who are gonna go outside and smoke a joint.
You know what you need? You need
What?
those like reflective orange vests to put on when you go out there.
At least like a little, like the sash one, you know? That would be easier to carry around. I'm going to order some reflective safety belts.
Safety gear.
I need to tell you another story about this. Okay. This is so relevant and I'll be so fast. Okay, so my biological dad, Glenn, he is known for always having some sort of reflective safety gear on. He's just got a whole bunch of it. He's always been like in like contract, like building, blah blah blah. Like it's normal Glenn, for like the work he does.
It's Glenn's brand to have,
yeah, at least something reflective, right?
Just in case.
So you never know. When I see him, he's oftentimes coming from a job somewhere, right? So we started playing this game where whenever Glenn shows up to something and he's wearing something reflective, we have to take a shot for each reflective thing that he's wearing. Oh. Guys, so when this goes on, we've been playing this game for literally 8 years. As long as I've lived in Grayling, I've been playing this game. And so oftentimes my friend Legal is around when this happens. And there have been a handful of times where I was on the street doing stuff, working, you know, like doing event things or whatever. Glenn will pop down and he's got his reflective on and I'm like, shit, I don't have a shot. And so Legal. Okay, guys, I don't call him Legal in real life, but I probably should ask him if I can name drop on my pod before I do it. So, Legal, I need you to bring me a shot. Guys, this is my keys now. And I have...
Just in case?
Just in case.
Oh my goodness.
Always got it. So always prepared.
That's...
Okay, I'm impressed. So now I, as his daughter, have inadvertently now adopted the need to have reflective wear with me. So do I have to take a shot every time I put it on now? I have questions. So, back to the original story. I take a shot every time I see Glenn in reflective something.
No, that's like take a big rip off your pen and not realize what you're doing, like when you were walking home with your crazy.
Oh my God, yes. Guys.
That is something I legitimately keep laughing about just randomly. Just picturing you doing that.
Just so like taking a huge rip, forgetting that I did it and doing it again.
Just like laughing at yourself.
Yeah. Like I peed my pants, guys. I was laughing so hard. I peed my pants. And was still blocks from home. So I just had to walk down the street like a toddler.
Be honest. We're just toddlers trying to be adult.
We're just toddlers with grown-up money. That's what it is, okay? It's fine. So, okay, back on track.
Your safety meetings.
My safety meetings. So Lucas and I just gotta set the bar. We're pals. He's my little stoner buddy. I say that he just turned 30, like literally like 2 weeks ago, just turned 30. Okay, so like little stoner buddy. Okay, he is a child. Just kidding. I'm so proud of him for being a grown up. In case he listens, you're great, Lucas. We have High Movie Monday together on Mondays. High Movie Mondays on Friday. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Okay.
Oh, God.
We do High Movie Mondays where we get high and watch a stupid movie. So this past winter, Lucas's car got hit by a snowplow. He was parked and a plow hit it. And so there was a problem with insurance situation. So their car has been sitting, waiting to get repaired. They had a rental for a while and then they couldn't have the rental anymore, blah, blah, blah. So they have this super cheap car that they got, like a friend of ours who does like scrap auctions and storage auctions and stuff, finds this cheap ass car. Lucas and his wife buy it. So they are going through it after they get it, just cleaning it out, whatever, because they got it straight from auction. It's not like it got like cleaned up or anything. So they're going through cleaning it. And in the trunk, they find an old lockbox that was kind of hidden. And when they opened it, and all kinds of weird pipes. Okay. We're not just like marijuana, like
crap.
There were some really creative metal pipes in there.
Creative. A creative way of smoking cocaine?
Probably, yeah.
Crack.
Yes. Okay, it was crack. So all these weird pipes. I mean, and some of them had been used for marijuana, but so this previous car owner clearly would like stash her stash in there, and like lock it up, whatever. In addition to that, there was a lot of cans of vegetable soup.
I forgot about that part.
So there's that. So there's all these pipes. We know this lady is having a great time, and she eats a lot of vegetable soup.
Or not.
So they also or not.
She left it behind.
Also find some mail in there as they're cleaning. And this woman's first name is Meredith. And so so Lucas and I, now when we smoke, we have to hold our little joint out so that Meredith Jane, because we've changed it from Mary Jane to Meredith Jane, can take her hit. She's just our friend now.
Like,
so Lindsay, her sweet ma, recently decided not to smoke anymore. Not to quit partaking, but just not to smoke anymore. And she had a surplus of some product that she had grown herself. So she sent some home with Lindsay, and I got so much. Guys, I still have not made it through all of this weed. Okay, I just need you to know that. It was a fucking gallon bag, Lindsay.
I know. But I guess I didn't know that. I mean, I'm sure you had other stuff. You have other options too. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes.
That's fun.
So
okay.
So Lucas and I, because who else am I going to share this with? So Lucas and I'm like, bro, oh my god, look at this. We gotta do some stuff. So he's been doing these like tincture things. So it's super concentrated and you can it tastes terrible. It tastes so bad. Not worth it. But whatever. And so I'm telling Lucas about this giant bag of weed that I have now. And we're making jokes, and so we pack a couple of joints and we're sitting outside on High Movie Monday smoking it. We share with Meredith Jane, and so he asked me, he's like, do you know what this was? I was like, absolutely not. I don't know shit about this other than that Lindsay's mom grew it. She didn't die from smoking it, so I felt like we're okay. I've smoked with her before. I feel good about this. It's cool. And so we decided to name it Vegetable Soup.
Jesus Christ. That is like the least appetizing. That's the least appetizing name for marijuana.
To honor Meredith Jane, some other random old lady.
Did you ever do research to see if this woman was still alive?
Absolutely not.
Why? No. Because I need to know. You had her mail, so you know, like, just look her up on fucking Facebook or something.
Well, I'll have to ask Lucas. I didn't read her mail.
I have a feeling. I mean, if you have a car that has your food source and your drug,
your mail,
paraphernalia,
and your paraphernalia, yeah.
The only circumstances in which it would be not in your possession anymore are either she got arrested or she died. So we need to know her story.
I'll see if Lucas remembers the last name from the mail.
Maybe.
Or if they still have it.
Maybe we
could turn this into an investigative podcast.
I know. I was going to say it could be like a true crime / whose soup was it? Was it expired? Like, did you?
I did not look at this soup, bro.
What brand was it?
Lucas was just telling me about it.
Oh, I need to know. Lucas needs to tell us. Was it a weird off-brand? Was it Campbell's? Was it like chunky?
I don't know.
Either way, there's a lot of weirdness with that.
I'll make a point to go see. I saw him earlier. He stopped by. But I had a 2:00 meeting, and then we logged on this afternoon to do. And so he stopped by between those two things because he was downtown to ask me if I was safe.
That's a nice thing for friends to do to make sure all is safe.
It is true.
Good. I'm glad you have a friend like that.
I'm gonna go to his job. I'm gonna go to his job later to ask him if he's safe. So
be wearing a vest. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Right now. I'm gonna go to Ace Hardware right now.
You know they have them.
I do. You know, I'm actually willing to bet like $10 that one of my kids has one at my house somewhere. Because that just seems like a weird thing that would be around there. I do have that. Ooh, I do have a bright yellow, my neon yellow hoodie from Rolling Oak from when I won the costume contest. It's so bright. It's not technically reflective, but it's so bright. It's like hunter yellow.
Do you have a hard hat? Why would
I might.
you? But you could. You never know.
Well, I think I actually do. I think I have one from downtown.
Ooh, then yeah. You could pull off with a bright hoodie and a hard hat. That's a safety look for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't even have to go to Ace. Those friendly folks don't need to help you with this.
They are super friendly over there, though, so.
I mean, that's kind of their shtick, right? Oh, my
that
God.
It is.
I keep thinking of so many things. I'm really happy that my mom's strain is now named. Mm-hmm. I'll have to let her know that it has an unfortunate name.
Well, if you could give her the full name, it's Meredith Jane's Vegetable Soup.
Yeah. I really hope that it doesn't have that flavor profile.
You know, it doesn't. It's just
okay, good.
There's actually not a lot of like. It's just like it tastes like average weed.
Yeah, and it probably is because it's funny. My mom, even though it's been legal in Michigan for quite some time now, she was still buying her weed from a guy because. It was just an established routine. So Oh yeah. And I guess I'll tell this story because I don't think my parents listen, but I'll find out soon. I forgot that one of the reasons why she had so much because when oh my god, when she pulled out what she was like trying to offload, it was a literal black garbage bag, like one of the big ones. Okay?
Jesus.
Yeah. If that gives you an idea.
It's so much.
And so when I was down at my parents' house that one trip, I learned a lot about a lot of things that just kind of came out because my dad was telling me that her weed guy was a guy that my dad worked with or works with or something. And we won't name their employer. And
That's polite.
my dad is an angel investor, let's put it that way. He lent him some money to start a business venture that included Meredith Jane and and for some reason, I don't know why, maybe the guy needs assistance with his business plan and maybe we should get in touch with him about this. But he has not really been profiting as much as he thought he would and hasn't been able to pay my dad back. So one day he comes into work and he's like, hey, I know I owe you money, but this is all I have right now. And he legitimately gave him this big, giant black garbage bag of weed. My dad does not smoke. It's only my mom. My dad used to, but he just doesn't anymore. And yeah, she's been working through it little by little. I was just like, hold on, wait. Why are you giving people money for weed businesses, first of all? But I guess it's not any of my business. So yeah, that was fun. So earlier, who was this Eddie person you were talking about? Because I legitimately have never heard of him, by the way.
Eddie Izzard. He's a musician.
Oh.
They've
it's
transitioned. No.
Oh.
It's an individual human who has transitioned.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so I guess technically they're a comedian, actor, activist.
Oh.
And they transitioned from Eddie to Susie.
Why do we pick bad names when we are making these changes? Like Barbara. I feel like that's always people are leaning toward their grandma's era when they're choosing their new identity names, which is fine, I guess. When you said that you have high movie Mondays on a Friday, accidentally, it made me think of this stupid ass joke that Trevor's family has, where I guess they used to go to church, I guess, because that's what like white people in suburbia are supposed to do. And there was this lady that went there named Hazel Monday. And they always have this joke that, oh, look, Hazel Monday called us on a Tuesday. So dumb. But like their entire family has been laughing about just that little thing for years. And you reminded me of that.
If I knew somebody who had the last name Monday, I would do the same thing. I would make jokes about that all the time. The other day, I had a customer come in the store and he was ordering a book and his last name is Hug. And it made me so happy.
Just H-U-G? Not even two G's? What?
Just H-U-G.
How did someone where do I sign up? Like,
right?
what was his first
such
name?
a happy name. I don't know.
I feel like
probably
there aren't
something lame.
I know. Like, I feel like there aren't a lot of good first names that would go well with that.
Yeah, no.
It can't be Bob or like...
I could go look it up because he's in the system. His book isn't in yet. But that feels like a lot of work.
Mr. Hug.
That's it. Like just Mr. Hug.
It's like a cartoon character or something.
Kind of. And he was like a happy person. He was like a jovial.
Better like, be.
Yeah.
Double Chin's Wagon is brought to you by Hidden Nook Booksellers. Hidden Nook Booksellers is an independent bookstore with new books, board games, and literary-inspired gifts in downtown Grayling, Michigan. Because supporting independent bookstores is the hip thing to do nowadays, you'll find this cute shop is full of fun surprises, like fun book clubs, special events, and special orders for anything you would be able to find on the World Wide Web. For more info, visit hiddennookbooksellers.com. Real.
Yes.
When you were talking about this Eddie person, or
yeah, Susie,
it made me think of also related to weed, because this may have been a conversation that took place while Trevor and I were a little high. Decided that that sometimes his farts specifically sound like Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam, because his farts are always like and yeah, like it's like Jeremy spoken. So that's
interesting. I feel like some research needs to be done. I need you to document some additional data points because I don't know if you know this, but like how close your butt cheeks are together strongly influences the sound of your farts. So
in what way though? Like
exactly. I need you when he farts to ask him how his butt feels so that we can start to collect some data. We're going to have charts. There will be a spreadsheet, at least one spreadsheet.
Yes.
Where we make notes about how farts sound based on how our butts are.
Yeah, like what position you're in. Okay, so here's the thing that no one talks about. Maybe. Do you... when you have to pass gas, are you able to do so and carry on a conversation? Or do you have to like stop while you're farting? Stop talking while you're farting?
I don't know the answer.
Well, you can conduct your own study today.
I fucking will. I'm going to go home and I'm going to make chili. And then I'm going to make notes, okay?
Yay.
About if I have to stop talking
and or
to
walking.
Fart. I don't have to stop walking. Like, you guys have probably seen TikToks about this.
No, I haven't.
It's called the toot walk.
Oh.
You go for a little walk a little while after dinner so you can get all your toots out.
Oh.
And you're just out walking by yourself so you don't have to be like, oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Because you're just on your own little toot walk.
Yeah, but who says that on your little toot walk you're not pausing just for a moment when the air starts to come out of your anus? Because I don't know. I feel like
I'll pay more attention on my next toot walk.
I don't know why, but I feel like all things in my life stop when it's about to happen, and I'm not sure if it's like my body is on alert, like, hey,
it might shit.
Pretty much.
Are we in the proper position for shitting? Are we in the right room for shitting? So many questions instantly.
Yeah. And so I just freeze up and I can't really do anything. I'm pretty sure I'm not thinking. It just ceased to exist for a small moment.
That's really beautiful, Lindsay.
We need to know.
I'll make better notes about how farting goes in my life.
The other that you live with also.
I will.
So that we have a larger sample.
We're talking about farting and pooping, and you said sample. And my 10-year-old brain cannot overlook that, ma'am.
No. I know. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Monday. So on Monday, instead of watching a movie at home for High Movie Monday, we went to the Rialto and watched Deadpool 3, which was very funny. And we walked in it was like right at starting time, so the lights were already kind of low. We sit in our seats and we hear someone laughing, like everyone's laughing because for whatever preview was on, and one of them sounded exactly like my friend Natasha. And Liam looks at me, he's like, is that Tasha? And I was like, I don't know. And so I was like, Tasha. And Liam's like, did you just call out for her? And Tasha's like, yeah. I was like, I love you. That's all.
Oh my God.
And Liam's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? He's like, you just called out in the theater to see if your friend would see her. I was like,
it's the preview.
Yes?
Who gives a fuck? No one cares.
Everyone else laughed. Everyone thought it was fucking adorable.
And you know what, Liam? You are a fuddy-duddy. That's all I'm saying about that.
Sometimes he is. I think he was just shocked.
A tight butthole, and you need to loosen up a little bit.
That's why his farts sound sharp. Unless he said several in a row, and then they get more trumpety.
Like I like how you did this. If you're listening, Ray's hand gesture with like waves, which I am only imagining meant like his butt cheeks.
Yeah. Yes. Because if you've had several farts in a row, like it's hard to keep it tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things are starting to get a little
weak,
loose in the caboose.
It's really beautiful.
I have been listening to a lot of Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, and it's interesting because I don't know why I'm drawn to it, but he's like from Michigan, so I think his love for it and how it comes out in almost every episode in some way is part of the reason why I like listening. And because he's just like absurd and just asks all the weird questions. And there's been so many episodes of people telling stories about pooping their pants. And now I'm on like high alert and just like worried.
Which is why you are now more conscious of how your body farts.
I mean, it's been a thing because Trevor makes fun of me that I can't just like fart and talk at the same time. Like apparently his just roll out of his body while he's doing whatever, and he just carries on, and I'm like trying not to shit my pants every day.
Solid goal, by the way. Gold star. I hope you give yourself one every day you make it through without pooping your pants.
Yeah, I needed to start my journey of gold stars over as of a couple days ago. And it was only a shart, but that one surprised me. And I had to...
Yes.
That's usually how it goes. It's not like, oh, this is a shart, let's go. I got out of taking the kid to day camp, so... Because I was like, hey, Trevor, can you take him to camp? I just sharted, and like Calvin just started laughing. And now that I'm thinking about it, he may have told some of his little friends about that. So I'm glad I don't work for the city anymore.
Congratulations on the end of that. Are you so excited?
Oh my God. Okay, so like I don't know why I got so much satisfaction out of this, but I was there. I told you this over text, and it messed with our recording time 2 times today. But I was in my now former office until 2:30 in the morning because I am terrible at time management, but also because people kept bothering me. It's like, oh, it's your last day. I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up. I have stuff to do because I need to get out of here. I don't care about how you feel about this right now. Go away. I just shut my door after a while, but it still took so long to just eliminate all evidence of my presence there. And as I was changing the voicemail recording and like putting up the email away message, I was, loading my car up with stuff, and I had a key to the building. And my last trip, like to carry stuff in, I put the key in someone's mailbox, and I was like, all right, this is it. And I was like, wait a minute. On like a little, I don't know, tack board or whatever, there's a directory of who's in what office, and my name's there. And so I put a pink Post-it note on it, and I wrote "C City Manager" and stuck it out there.
Nice.
That was like the last thing I did, and I have
That's
no
really
idea why.
satisfying.
I have no idea why, but that fucking cracks me up so hard. Like in my dark little soul, I know that if and when he notices that pink Post-it note, it's gonna chap his ass because it like sticks out like a sore thumb. But I was the one that made the directory, and so it's going to be someone else's job now, and that was me kind of saying, well, gotta find someone else to replace this, and it's not going to be me.
Good luck.
See, city manager. He texted me today asking about where my credit card was, and I said, HR took it from me a couple days ago. Oh, okay. I'm like, so far this isn't going well.
Yeah.
Day one, and you're already asking me questions. But I put LOL and JK, so it's fine. But yeah, I am leaning into this culture of, I don't know, lazy girl / being self-employed / trying to rest a little bit because I've been burned out for a minute, and thankfully it started today. And my workday involved one virtual meeting, and I did not wear pants for it. And then I had to rush out of the house to go to another in-person meeting, and legitimately had to think, oh, shoot, I did not put the bottom portion of my outfit on. I need to do that before I leave.
Yeah, pants on, bro.
I had bike shorts because chafing is stupid, but so I could have been in public, but would not have looked okay. Yeah, and so I went to my in-person meeting at a beautiful historic building, and now I'm here doing this, and
nice.
No one else needs anything from me right now, and it's really great. So, cheers to being independent-ish, even though you still have clients to answer to and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, woo!
Yes.
Woo!
It's an investment, but I bet, yeah.
I cannot wait to darty on the river. That's all I'm saying. Because, I have not properly let loose to celebrate this momentous change in my life. So, it's going down.
I'll see if I can schedule coverage that day. Maybe Liam can come with us.
I was going to see if Trevor wanted to. But, yeah.
You should.
I want to tell you about the word that I think I made up.
Ooh, what word did you make up?
While I was stumbling over words, as I do on the regular, and trying to say out loud geriatric millennial, I said gellennial. I don't know if that's already a thing. It probably is, but I kind of like it, and that is my thing that I did, and it's probably not as exciting as I thought. Based on your reaction.
I'm just thinking about this word now. You were watching me take hits off of this.
Mm-hmm. So your brain has, things are slower now.
They are. I'm going to be thinking about this word the rest of the day.
Let's see.
I'm going to have to have Liam come pick me up.
It didn't come up. It didn't come up when I Googled it.
Good job.
So I think I did it. I did a thing.
You made a new word. I love
now
that.
We have to make it go viral somehow.
I think that they also call the geriatric millennials zennials. Because it's between Gen X. Because they're like, they're the cusp of Gen X.
But that also makes me feel like, I know you say X like a Z, but then it's also kind of like Gen Z. I think gellennials is better. I think my word is better.
I actually agree. I agree with you on that. I've taken a whole minute now to process your word and to compare the existing words with the change, the new word.
Yeah.
I think it should be gennials.
No, that sounds too close to genitals.
Yes. I think that's what makes it funnier.
If you're Googling that, things could go terribly wrong.
Gennials.
No. Or like
gerials. You gotta, because the gellennials forgot your word.
I don't.
I even wrote it down and I cannot read what I wrote.
Right?
Gellennials.
Gellennial, like geriatric.
Gellennial.
Millennial. Geriennial. Or gellennial.
Gellennial.
Hey Ray, how safe do you feel right now?
I am feeling pretty safe.
Good. I'm so glad. I'm feeling rather unsafe. And
oh no.
It needs to change. But
I support that change for you.
We you have some homework to do, by the way, with like finding out if Meredith is dead. And
research Meredith.
Doing the fart study with whether or not people have to stop moving.
Fart study.
And also, I'll take this moment to mention during our show that we do have ways to interact with us. And I would love to start hearing from people because it's fun to do that, right? We are on Instagram and TikTok because we're trying to remain relevant. And Double Chins Wagon is our handle on said outlets or whatever things. And so let us know about whether you have to stop all things with the fart and all of that.
I have a follow-up though from the last study, the last set of homework that I had to do.
Oh yeah, you do. Your son.
Okay. Yes. I asked the male youth, because he has long hair, about his butt tufts. To which he claims there are none.
All bullshit on that.
Same. I also am calling bullshit. Nope. He's lying. Either he's doing a very bad job at washing his ass crack, or he's lying.
I mean, let's be real.
It is legit 50-50, okay? He's a 15-year-old boy.
Kid. Yeah, so he's most likely not washing himself properly. And the thing that I asked while you were asking him about this, and I'm sure he loved all of that, was I wonder if it's a different experience for men that have long hair, because men tend to, not always, but tend to have more hair growing out of their butt crack. So if that changes the dynamic of flow and or whether things get stuck or not, or Does it
Maybe,
just,
yeah.
yeah. It's just, this is just creating more questions, I think.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to do more research on this. Had no interest in any follow-up questions, but
Well,
now we might.
what,
We did have someone interact with us though, like on the Book of Faces, remember?
yes.
They said that they do have the struggle with the hairs around their balls, but it has nothing to do with the time with their lady. So there's that little tidbit for you guys.
And we have a new listener, and I still haven't even met this person yet. And I appreciate the fact that she has like, head first just dove into listening to our bullshit. But she's had a lot of response to some of our prompts. And one was the weird things that we do for our partners. She said that once when she was pregnant, her husband got a really nasty cyst that she had to pop because it was on his back.
Ew.
I told her I would have filed for divorce because that is like you're pregnant, so you're just like maybe nauseated always at that point.
Yeah.
And then to add that to the mix, no.
Oh.
I guess the only reason to not divorce is because you're about to have a baby and you need someone to help you take care of it. But
maybe.
otherwise, that's
so that
horrible.
reminds me of another update, and you should post these because you know them. My sister-in-law listens. And in that same episode that Lindsay was just talking about, the one like the weird stuff you do for your partner. So I put lotion on Liam's feet because he doesn't like the feel of like lotion on his hands. So my sister-in-law listens, and she brought us a foot cream stick so that neither of us has to have the lotion on our hands. So I sent a picture to Lindsay. 10 out of 10. So you guys may have seen that on our socials because I think we shared it if I recall correctly. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Well, and we didn't make it clear because in your message, because you know you were in Mexico and who knows what was going on, but you said she gave you this gift. You didn't say us as a collective, and I said that's nice. Question mark.
She's looking out for me.
But then
so I can still help him.
But then I'm like, well, the problem is solved. He doesn't like the feeling of lotion on his hands, which is why you help him. But if he uses the stick, then he can do it himself. You don't need to be involved. So it should have been a gift to him.
It could have been. Which ultimately would have still been a gift to me because I still don't have to touch it.
You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Can he reach?
So either way, it was a gift for both of us.
That's horrible that I just asked that question, but it's legitimate. Can he like comfortably reach to lotion his own feet? What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh my God. I mean, sometimes putting on the shoes is you have to like hold your breath.
We are old and have bellies. Like we like to drink. So, you know. And eat food. So many snacks.
We are just leaning into being Midwesterners. Yeah.
Yeah, and we put ranch on everything too. So.
Proudly. It's that time to not talk anymore. So follow and like our Instagram and TikTok accounts, Double Chins Wagon. Please comment so that we can share some of your perspectives on the various topics that we've covered.
We do clearly love hearing about your weird lives because they match ours. So yeah.
And would you pop your husband's cyst on his back if you were pregnant or file for divorce? That will be one of our poll questions.
That's like, I would have to really think hard. If it was my first pregnancy, I probably would have done it. because that one was easy peasy. My second pregnancy, I was miserable the whole time. Everything made me sick. My body hurt. It was just, so no, the second one, I would have just cut his head off. I'd have been like, I'll help you with a fucking cyst and then chop his head off. That would have been my solution. Divorce is too messy. That would take so much time.
There's a lot of paperwork involved. You have to get legal involved.
Ugh. But if I were not pregnant, like now, I probably would, but for different reasons. Like when I was pregnant the first time, I would have done it because I love him and I wouldn't help him feel better.
And
with the second pregnancy, I would have just murdered him.
Yeah.
Now I would do it because he would absolutely squirm underneath me, and that would bring me some joy.
So you're doing it more so to inflict pain and laugh at it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. We're at the stage in our marriage where we laugh at each other a lot because we've been together a long time.
Yeah. That makes sense.
17 years this winter.
Yeah, you get to a point in a relationship where if they fall or do something like that, you're not like, oh my God, are you okay? You laugh immediately.
Yes.
And hope.
You laugh first and then help. Yeah.
Yes.
The order in which things happen has reversed for us. So it used to be like help first, and then later when everyone feels better, we're like, oh my gosh, silly story.
Yeah.
But now we laugh first, and then we call someone over, like, Kai P, bring the camera. And then we try to help him out. BT Dubs, I do this with my parents now too. My mom and my stepdad, he came up for St. Patrick's Day this past year. Like, was it 24? Yeah, this year.
Yeah, it was.
And the yard was super icy.
Oh,
and so we were walking across we were leaving a friend's house. We're walking across the yard to get to our car, and my dad falls. And he's a big guy. Okay, he likes to like 400 pounds. He's a big, broad guy. Wow. And he falls on his ass, and my mom and I are like, we got this. So then we're trying to help him up, and we're falling, and it was fucking hilarious. All of us were just slipping and sliding.
Well,
and so we just laughed at each other.
Yeah.
Drunk.
You were most definitely not sober. And
no. Like my dad and I were real drunk, and my mom was like mostly drunk, and then poor Liam was hurting us as cats. I felt so bad for him. I actually legitimately felt bad for him.
He was the babysitter that day.
He drew the short straw. He didn't love it.
He's like, I make all the money, and now I have to deal with you assholes. No wonder he makes you clip his toenails.
It's all about balance.
I know. We have some topics that we didn't cover today that we wanted to, so we'll queue up a couple of what we will talk about next time. Like, I got plenty out of my system during our episode 6. Was it 6? Yeah,
the last one,
about my celebrity crushes and the series of them that I've had. So we will talk a little bit more about that and have Rae share some of hers because they're great. And then
don't judge me.
I mean, my choices have never been stellar either. So there's not a ton of judgment going on. Tattoos, bad ones specifically that you may have on your body. Those will be 2 things that we touch on during the next episode. So
celebrity crushes and bad tattoos.
It's going to be good.
I have mostly not bad tattoos.
That's what you think. No, I'm just joking. And maybe carnival rides, because that was a thing for me.
Yeah. Carnival rides. Pass on all that. Fun.
The ocean got Rae, and carnival rides got me. So
it was rough. It was a rough go.
Being alive, 1 star.
Barely recommend.
As long as you can laugh at yourself.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and get a better camera / light because you're looking super hot.
Yeah, I'm all professional now.
Yeah, I love it.
In my like studio here.
Where all you see is like the glow of the fluorescent and then a whole shelf of whiskey. Guys, I swear to God, I run a bookstore and we are making money. I'm absolutely am a professional person. It's not just a stoner drunk sitting in a closet somewhere. Okay, I swear to God.
I am a professional person. That's convincing.
Oh. Lindsay, my brother-in-law says if you put us, which we're on the Instas now, he's looking forward to seeing us on the Reels. And yeah.
Oh.
He's looking forward to that. Because he's not on the TikToks. But he'll skip through on the Reels on Insta like all day long.
Yeah.
Not all day long. He also is a professional person.
Well, I'm real happy that we are reaching our people through the means that speaks to our generation.
Yes.
Reels.
Yeah. Reels.
Where gellennials keep it real.
Genlennials.
No. It's perfect the way it is.
I think we need an R in there.
Mm-mm.
Disagree.
We'll continue this debate next week.
Yeah, you can put that poll up too.
Yes.
Geriatrics or gellennials. Do we need the R or not?
Let's do it.
I think we do. I think we need the R.
We will let the people weigh in.
You can also Google that one and make sure that's not a word.
What? Google what?
Geriatrics.
Or hold on.
Wait, geriatrics? No, just geriatrics.
Millennials. I don't even know how I would go. No, it just brought up perennials. It's like, is this what you meant?
Nope. Good job.
Well, yeah. So we've got 2 raw words to work with here.
Look at us go. And it only took my stoner brain 90 seconds to catch up to that conversation.
It's all good. And since we didn't go viral amongst the Creed fans, maybe this will put us on the map a little bit.
The gellennial
debate.
We could be the new gold and blue.
Yes.
The dress, dumbass.
I know, but like that was a very random reference.
Well, you know what? That's where my brain lives right now.
We could be the next Britney Spears vagina popping out. I don't know.
We could be the next knife Britney Spears. Where everyone's like proud but worried.
Yes. That's an accurate. That is how people should feel.
Yes.
We are professional people.
Super professional, guys.
Jeremy spoken.
How close are your cheeks? How are you feeling about that? Trevor,
oh God.
Just guess. How many centimeters wide do you think your butthole is?
Oh my God. Well, I love you, and
I love you too. I'm glad to be back.
Yes, thank you for not dying in Mexico in the water or in other places. And
that was the most dangerous thing I did.
Snorkel.
I almost killed myself. I'm the most dangerous thing I did.
We are pretty much always we're basically a walking hazard. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
I also danced for an hour and a half at that wedding and didn't break anything. So, bam, what?
Woo! Things are getting better.
Moving up.
Meanwhile, I was over here sharting myself. So,
if someone wanted to send us their Petty Betty story, we still call it B-Track / Petty Betty.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Here we go. And scene.
Okay. Love you.
If you enjoyed this episode of Double Chins Wagon and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with your friends, post about it on the socials, or leave a review. You can also comment, answer some of our poll questions, etc. To catch all the latest from us, you can find us on Instagram and or TikTok at Double Chins Wagon. Thanks again. We will see you next time.